Can we start, sir?
Yeah.
So, a minute, Chancellor sir says, okay, we'll proceed. Sir, Chancellor sir, shall we start, sir?
Yeah. The chief ministers are at length.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, Padma.
Mathematics may not teach you how to add love or subtract hate, but it gives us the reason to hope that every problem has a solution. Stop the differentiation in the society. Its integration is what we need. Good morning and greetings, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure in welcome you all for the 8th International Conference on Mathematics and Computing, ICMC-2022, organized by the Department of Mathematics, School of Advanced Sciences, VIT Vellore, in association with Ramanujan Mathematical Society, Cryptology Research Society of India, and Society for Electronic Transactions and Security. Prayer, world's greatest wireless connection. Pray not because you need something, but you have a lot to be thankful for. Now, let us all invoke the Almighty's blessings with a prayer song. When the invocation descends into the heart, if there is darkness within, it illuminates it. And if there is light already, the invocation increases the light and intensifies it. Now we'll have the virtual lightning of the lamp. A small cheer and a great welcome makes a merry feast. I now invite Dr. Arnay Nambiraj, Dean, School of Advanced Sciences, VIT, to deliver the welcome address. Sir, please.
Thank you. Good morning to all. On behalf of Vellore Institute of Technology, I wish everyone a happy new year. It's a pleasure to welcome you all for this international conference on mathematics and computing ICMC 2022, organized by Department of Mathematics, School of Advanced Sciences. On behalf of organizing team, I welcome our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. G. Viswanathan, for his gracious presence and guiding us in all our activities. We are grateful to you, sir. I wholeheartedly welcome our respected Vice President for the valuable presence which really motivates us. I warmly welcome with respect our Chief Guest, Dr. Rajat Muna, Director, IIT Bhilai, Guest of Honor, Dr. S. Ponnusamy, IIT Madras. Welcome you, sir. IEC teams welcomes Dr. P.K. Saxena, former Director, SAG DRDO New Delhi, Dr. P.D. Srivastava, HOD Max, IIT Bhilai, Dr. Bhavani Thuraisingam, University of Texas, and Dr. Debasis Giri, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad University, for their continuous support in organizing this event. I welcome our own hardworking team, Dr. Sheila, Associate Dean, SAS, Dr. K. Karthigeyan, HOD Max, Dr. Rishi Kumar, Organizing Chair of ICMC 2022, Dr. R. Sivaraj, and other faculty, scholars, and students of Department of Mathematics. I welcome all the delegates from different parts of the globe and hope this conference leads to many collaborations in near future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. ICMC 2022 aims to bring both novice and experienced scientists together to present their work and exchange ideas. I now invite Dr. Karthigeyan, Head, Department of Mathematics, School of Advanced Sciences, VIT, to talk about ICMC 2022. Sir, please.
Thank you, Madam. Honorable Chancellor, sir, beloved Vice President, sir, respected Assistant Vice President, ma'am, respected Chief Guest, Professor Rajat Muna, Director, IIT Bhilai, Vice Chancellor, sir, Pro Vice Chancellor, sir, Guest of Honor, Professor S. Ponnusamy, sir, Department of Mathematics, IIT Madras, Registrar, Dean, School of Advanced Science, Dr. Arun Nambirai, sir, Associate Dean, Dr. Sheila, ma'am, faculty colleague, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Rishi Kumar, sir, research scholars, and participants. Very good morning to one and all. The Department of Mathematics, School of Advanced Sciences at Vellore Institute of Technology, Vellore, organizing the virtual 8th International Conference on Mathematics and Computing, ICMC 2022, during 6th to 8th January 2022, in association with Ramanujan Mathematical Society, Cryptology Research Society of India, and Society for Electronic Transaction and Security. Our mathematics department is the largest department in the country, consisting of 116 faculty members and 241 research scholars, pursuing PhD in different disciplines in mathematics like algebra and analysis, operations research, fluid dynamics, graph theory, numerical analysis and differential equations, statistics, and emerging areas like data science, data analytics, deep learning, machine learning, neural networks, artificial intelligence, and image processing. The International Conference on Mathematics and Computing, ICMC, started its journey from 2013 at Haldia Institute of Technology, West Bengal, India. The flag of the conference was carried by different renowned institutes like IIT BHU, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, Bhubaneswar, Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, Shibur, India. ICMC 22 aims to bring together both novice and experienced scientists to meet new colleagues, collect new ideas, and establish new cooperation between research groups, and provide a platform for researchers from academic and industry to present their original work and exchange ideas, informations, techniques, and applications in the field of computational applied mathematics, including but not limited to the broad topics of operation research, numerical analysis, computational fluid mechanics, soft computing, cryptology and security analysis, image processing, big data, cloud computing, data analytics, IoT, blockchain, mobile networks, pervasive computing, and other emerging areas of research. The conference will bring together leading academic scientists, experts from industry and researchers in their domains of expertise from around the world. A total of 336 research articles were submitted in this conference from 21 countries, including articles from IITs, NITs, Central State Universities. 138 eminent technical program committee members from 32 countries were reviewed the papers. Among the 336 research articles, 82 quality research articles are accepted for publication after thorough review by experts from the technical program committee. These accepted papers will be published by Springer Conference proceedings. Reputed professors from the USA, Australia, Italy, UK, Switzerland, Sweden, Romania, and Hungary are accepted to deliver talks in ICMC 2022. There are 14 eminent speakers from India and abroad who will deliver the keynote speech at the conference. I take this occasion to welcome all the delegates and thank ICMC authorities for giving this opportunity to host ICMC 2022 at Department of Mathematics, School of Advanced Sciences, PIT Vellore. I am very much thankful to our management for giving the excellent support to conduct the ICMC 2022 conference successfully. I congratulate all faculty members, staff members, research scholars of Department of Mathematics for their efforts in organizing and participating in this conference. I wish the conference a grand success and wish all participants to have a fest of learning, knowledge development, and sharing of experiences. Thank you. Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you, sir. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a memory is priceless. I now request our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. G. Viswanathan, sir, our Chief Guest, Dr. Rajat Muna, sir, our Guest of Honor, Dr. S. Ponnuswamy, and the Program Chairs of ICMC 2022 to release the Souvenir of ICMC 2022. I request our Honorable Chancellor to announce that the Souvenir of ICMC 2022 is released.
I'm happy to release the Souvenir of ICMC 2022.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Felicitate a small initiative. Initiative is the intention that persists in a person by cause. I now invite the General Chair of ICMC 2022, Dr. P.K. Saxena, former Director, Scientific Analysis Group, DRDO, Delhi, to felicitate the gathering. Sir, please.
Dr. Viswanathan, Dr. Rajat Muna, Dr. Ponnuswamy, Dr. P.T. Srivastav, Devashi Shigri, my friends and colleagues from VIT. A very good morning and Happy New Year to all of you. All those who are connected virtually, I also welcome all of those. Maybe some of them will join later, but I hope this participation will be excellent participation through this virtual mode. When we started, in fact, in 2013, initially we thought that it would be a conference on mathematics and cryptography. But later on, we realized that we already have some international conference like IndoCrypt in India, and we have two national workshops exclusively on cryptography, like workshop on cryptography and instructional workshop on cryptography organized by Cryptology Research Society of India. So we thought to broaden the scope of this conference from mathematics and cryptography to mathematics and computing. And rightly so, it has proved that a lot of good participation from within India and from abroad has happened during this journey from first conference to this 8th conference. In fact, the first conference was organized at Haldia, and the initiative was taken by Professor Giri, myself, and Dr. P.D. Srivastav when we discussed that we should start such a conference. In fact, we have we have been organizing this biannually because we thought that maybe annual event may be little too much of it because Indian Mathematical Society is also there. So it was decided that we will hold this biannually. Just for the information of all those who may not be aware of a PM STEC committee. There is a committee known as Prime Minister's Science and Technology Innovation Committee, PM STEC. This works under the chairmanship of Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India. To this office, I am also associated as a PSA fellow. So recently we had a meeting of PM STEC, and there the topic of mathematics and computing was one of the topic selected for discussion in this committee. And the whole idea was that how to bring this mathematics and computer science and exclusively this computing to a forefront where it can overall development of technological and R&D and other technological development of the country. So there were nice presentations there, and there were a lot of discussions that how to promote mathematical sciences and computer science because they are core of any technology, as we see. So there was also a presentation by CEO of International Mathematics Museum, where people go for a recreational. I mean, it's like Science Museum of our New Delhi. So people go there and look at the various exhibits which are based on some mathematical concepts. Similar idea was that we should also have such parks and mathematical museums in our country. But apart from that, the serious discussion was that we should start this development and promotion of mathematics and computing together as a mission. In fact, PM STEC has already started 8 missions in the country. So maybe soon we will have some dedicated teams and efforts towards that. So looking at that, I think we were right when 6-7 years back we realized that we have to bring these two topics together and the people working in this area together to discuss various challenging problems. So that's how this conference is progressing, and it is progressing in right direction. Looking at the program which has been charted out and the participation keynote addresses, I am very happy that very good speakers, keynote speakers have been identified, and they kindly agreed for delivering talks. I hope and I wish that this conference would be a great success as it has happened in the past. So with these few remarks, I once again welcome everybody who are connected virtually for this conference, and look for a fruitful discussion and participation from everybody in this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Brains, like hearts, go where they are appreciated. I now invite the General Chair of ICMC 2022, Dr. P.D. Srivatsava, Head, Department of Mathematics, IIT Bhilai, India, to felicitate the gathering. Sir, please.
Okay. Very good morning to all of you. Professor Rajat Muna, Chief Guest of the conference, the Vice Chancellor of the VIT, Verur, other dignitaries, faculty, and students. On behalf of the General Chairs of the conference, I welcome you all again to 8th International Conference in Mathematics and Computing. As Professor Saxena told, that this conference has started its journey from 2013 onward with an effort by my student, Dr. Giri. In fact, that time I was at IIT Kharagpur, and when Dr. Giri, after completing PhD, joined HIT Haldia, he expressed his desire to start the conference in mathematics, and as Dr. Saxena told, is a cryptography. But later on, we realized, okay, we should start the conference in math and computing. It may cover the cryptography and other related areas of the computers where the mathematics is extremely huge. So with a small effort, we started the journey. And as Saxena told, that earlier we used to have this conference alternate years. But after successful holding the conference at HIT Haldia by Dr. Giri 3 times, it was realized that it can be spread to all over the India. And luckily, we have got the responses from very big, very good institute like at IIT Bechio, IISCT Shivpur, and KIIT Bhubaneswar, and other central university and college. Slowly, we have included many other areas also, where large number of the papers are received during these conferences. And now today, we are happy to see that the people not only from mathematics or computers, even the people having a background of engineering and other disciplines also attracted to join this conference and deliver their talks. This time is really a good news that we have received more than 300 papers from various parts of the India as well as abroad. And with a rigorous review, only 82 papers are selected for presentation. So this is really a good achievement during these continuous 8 years. And I hope in future also, we will have a similar response from other parts of it. I believe that mathematics is not only the science which only learned by the mathematician or discussed by the mathematician. In fact, with this purpose, the motto of the conference was to provide a platform to not only the mathematician, but also the engineers, computer scientists, and other people in other areas, where they can share their views, where they can share their research work, latest development in their fields. And by this, the young researchers will get motivated and may like to change their field into the area which is a burning topics nowadays. I, on behalf of, again, the conference, wish a great success to 8th International Conference in Math and Computing, and I hope it will be benefited to all the participants who have joined that. With all, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. There is more hunger for love and appreciation in this world than for bread. I now invite the program co-chair, Dr. Bhavani Duraisingam, University of Texas at Dallas, USA, to felicitate the gathering. Ma'am, please.
Sorry, just 1 minute. I would like to quit because I have a class at 10 o'clock. Okay, so
thank you very much.
Excuse me.
Thank you, sir. Please join the keynote session by 12.
Yes, that I will join it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you again for inviting me to serve as the program co-chair. I am truly honored, and I would like to thank everyone the Executive Chancellor of the Vellore Institute of Technology, the deans, the professors, and the various conference organizers. And so I have been involved in this conference since last year. Professor Debasis Gary invited me to talk at this conference last year in 2021. Yes. I think, yeah. I think someone is talking, Padmaja, yeah. So Professor Gary invited me last year to give a talk. And so I was very honored. And then he invited me to serve as a program co-chair. And so I also invited some of my colleagues. So some of the members of our team, they were from India, and some others were from around the world. In particular, Professor Barbara Caminati, well-known professor from University of Insubria in Italy, and also Professor Chris Clifton. He's a very well-known professor at Purdue University in the USA. So we all work together with Professor Gary to put together this conference, but a lot of the credit goes to Professor Gary because he did really a lot of work. So the main reason I'm very excited and motivated to be part of this conference is because this is one of the very few conferences that brings together mathematics and computer science. And also this year, I'm especially honored because, with the Ramanujan Institute for Mathematics, we've all heard of the brilliant work Professor Ramanujan had done. And so I'm very, very honored to be part of this. So the point I wanted to make is that mathematics, as I said, is the queen of science. Without mathematics, we really cannot do anything. We can't do engineering. We can't do even medicine or everything. We need mathematics. And even computer science is what we really need mathematics for. And often when you go to computer science conferences, there isn't really that much mathematics that's being discussed, right? We are just using mathematics for some things. But again, the importance of mathematics, I think, is not appreciated by everyone in computer science. And mathematics is so important in computer science, especially in areas like data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Of course, we know cryptography, a lot of aspects of cybersecurity. And so a lot of areas and networks, so wireless networks, so a lot of areas in computer science need mathematics. And so we really can't isolate computer science away from mathematics. And so when I really joined this conference last year, one of the things I told Professor Giri is that he has done really such a great service to the community by bringing mathematics and computer science together. And so it's really important to keep this tradition going. And I'm really hoping that more conferences will bring these two fields together. And we really, really need a stronger presence of mathematics in computer science. And I don't think we do that enough in many computer science curricula. I've looked at the various curriculum in India, and that is really very strong. In countries like India and China, I would say that mathematics is really a major aspect of computer science. But in many other countries, mathematics is not really a core aspect, and we really need to do more there. And so that's, again, as I said, the reason this conference is going to really make a lot of inroads. And I can only see this growing and becoming, more famous and more popular, and more importantly, more intellectually stimulating. As the professors mentioned, that we've had record number of submissions and also very strict in accepting the papers. And so the quality of this conference is really excellent because we have like 25% of acceptance rate. So at this rate, it's going to become a top tier conference. I hope I can be involved in some capacity at this conference next year. And again, once again, thank you very much. I don't think some of my other program co-chairs in Italy and US are here. But they will be throughout. We'll be attending the conference tomorrow. I'll be here to introduce the one of the keynote speakers. So we'll all be participating. And again, Professor Giri and everyone else, thank you very much for inviting me. And we welcome the entire community who is participating in this conference. Please learn as much as possible. And I'm hoping that you'll continue to be part of this conference next year and for many years to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Felicitation is an inspiration to others and a motivation to whom you are felicitating. I now request the program co-chair, Dr. Debashish Giri, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University of Technology, West Bengal, India, to felicitate the gathering. So please.
Happy New Year and welcome and good morning to all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor G. Viswanathan, Chief Guest, Professor Rajat Mona, IIT Bhilai, respected Professor P.K. Saxena, former Director of DRDO Delhi, Dr. P.D. Srivastava, IIT Bhilai, and respected program chairs, Professor Bhavani Turai Singham, Professor Christopher, Urdu University, Professor P.D. Punaswamy, IIT Madras, Professor Barbara from Italy, honorable delegates from India and abroad, respected gentlemen, my dear colleague and dear students. With due respect, I convey my hearty gratitude to you all for your august presence. We have started our journey from 2013 when I was the professor at Golden Institute of Technology. At that time, Professor P.D. Srivastava, Dr. P.K. Saxena, and other members from India and abroad, they have done a good job to start the conference, ICMC, International Conference on Mathematics and Computing. With due respect, I convey my hearty gratitude to you all for your august presence. I have got enough help from Professor Punaswamy, Professor Bhavani Turai Singham, and other program chairs, organizing committee, Dr. Rusi Kumar. He has done a lot of work to make the conference success. We have received more than 300 papers. Out of them, we have selected 82 papers after the rigorous review. You see, when we start the conference in 2013, we have got the fund from different organizations in India, that DRDO, NBHM, and that time you see Professor Punaswamy is also helping to us for the betterment of the conference. We have the reputed invited speakers from India and abroad. I hope that the participant will be helpful after listening their lectures, and they can start their research, or they can do the good research for the research community. So we have also planned to organize the conference in every year. I hope that the conference will be grand success. Thank you. This is my submission.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Dr. R. Shivaraj, organizing co-chair, ICMC-2022, to introduce the guest of honor. Sir, please.
Good morning to one and all present in this forum. It's my privilege to introduce the guest of honor for the inauguration of ICMC 2022, Professor S. Punaswamy, Institute Chair Professor, IIT Madras, Chennai, India. He has many credits to acknowledge, but due to time, I have shortened and highlighting very briefly. He has graduated his bachelor and master degree in mathematics from University of Madras in 1980 and 1982. He has been awarded his Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics from IIT Kanpur in 1989. He has started his academic and research career as an assistant professor at IIT Guwahati in 1996, and he has been promoted as an associate professor and head of the department in 1998. Then he joined as an assistant professor at IIT Madras in 1998, and he has been promoted as professor higher academic grade at IIT Madras in 2016. On deputation, he has served as a professor and head of ISA Chennai Center from 2012 to 2017. For his excellent contributions to teaching and research, he has been recognized with various prestigious awards from India and abroad, including Best-Selling Author Award 2002 for the book entitled Foundation of Complex Analysis, published in the year 1995. C.L. Chandra Mathematics Award by the Canadian World Education Foundation in 2002. Elected as the Fellow of the National Academy of Science, India in the year 2005. Awarded a TWAS UNESCO Award Associateship, appointed for the period of 3 years from 2009 to 2011. He has been elected as a Vice President of Indian Academy of Mathematics, Indore, from the year 2006, and President of the Ramanujan Mathematical Society, India, from 2009 to 2022. He has served as a guest professor, visiting professor in several foreign universities, including Finland, Russia, China, Malaysia, Israel, Japan, France, Oman, Germany, USA, Australia, and Poland. He has been invited as a chief guest, guest of honor, keynote speaker, plenary speaker, and invited speaker for several conferences, workshops, and seminars around the world. He is serving as a reviewer, editorial board member, and editor-in-chief for various reputed journals. His area of research primarily includes complex analysis, quasi-conformal and harmonic mappings, special functions, and function spaces. He has published many books, edited volumes, research papers, and conference proceedings in top-class books, journals, and proceedings. He has guided 9 scholars for their PhD. Overall, he is well known worldwide in his research field and collaborated with several eminent researchers around the world. It's a privilege to have you as our guest of honor, and thank you for accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion with your presence in spite of your very busy schedule, sir. On behalf of VIT and ICMC 2022, I feel delighted to welcome you to deliver the guest of honor, sir.
Thank you, sir. I now request the backbone of ICMC 2022, Dr. S. Ponnusamy, IIT Madras, the guest of honor for today's inaugural function, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you. Honorable Dr. Viswanathan, the founder and Vice Chancellor of VIT, Professor Rajat Munna, the founding director, IIT Bhilai, distinguished Vice President Sri Shankar Vishwanathan, Sri Shekhar Vishwanathan, Sri Selvam of VIT, Vice Chancellor Ram Babu Kodali, Vice Chancellor Dr. Narayan, Registrar, members of committees of ICMC 2022, the 8th International Conference on Mathematics and Computing 2022, including Professor Saxena, Professor P.D. Srivastava, Professor Debashish Giri, who is the man behind in the organization of the sequence of International Conference on Mathematics and Computing, Dr. Arunai Namburaj, Dean, Rushi Kumar, organizing chair, who is probably the source behind in connecting this at VIT Vellore. Dr. Karthikeyan, head of the Department of Mathematics VIT, Dr. Bhavani Thuraisingam, members of the organizing committee, scientific advisory committee, distinguished plenary and invited speakers from India and abroad, participants, student friends, good morning to all of you and wish you a very happy new year. I'm pleased to be invited to address at this conference in virtual mode. I'm very glad that this is being organized by Department of Mathematics and the School of Advanced Sciences of VIT Vellore with the academic sponsorship of 3 bodies. One is Ramanujan Math Society, with the Association of Cryptology Research Society India, Society for Electronics and Transaction and Security, called SETS. So last year, I was invited to address at the 6th Biennial International Group Theory Conference 2022 held at VIT Vellore. In that meeting, I have just mentioned about the series of meetings that are taking place under the name, ICMC, that is the International Conference on Mathematics and Computing. And I invited VIT Vellore at that meeting. I did not miss to mention that VIT Vellore could be ideal place to conduct future ICMC. Immediately, the Chancellor responded positively. The spirit that you do not expect from many institutions across India. And thus, the whole academic community in India and abroad is grateful to his leadership role in immediately jumping in to get into the work. So it's important that we gather on occasions such as this to acknowledge the achievements of ours and know that you would be spending these 3 days doing that. I have no doubt that this conference is going to be very useful and successful. And the International Conference on Mathematics and Computing in such a premier forum for the presentation of new advances and research in the fields of mathematics, statistics, and scientific computing. I'm sure that this conference will bring together leading academic scientists, experts from industries, and researchers in their domain of expertise from around the globe. I'm sure that the present virtual conference of VIT Vellore will prove to be an inspiring and a novel experience for all of you. I wish you a great 3 working days to be very useful and enjoyable. I don't want to say much about the previous meetings and the other aspects of this meeting, since I don't want to stay between you and the participants who are very much interested in presenting their work and bringing new ideas to work further and to interact among the participants. Okay, finally, I congratulate the organizing institute and its local organizer for their hard work in organizing this international conference at VIT Vellore. I know that it's a continuous process and keep moving to achieve a greater whole and role. And this international conference on mathematics and computing has traveled a long journey. And the man behind is Dr. Debashish Giri. And for this particular event at Vellore, and it is Rishi Kumar who has been, keep in touch with me almost every day, many times a day sometimes, to see that all the proceedings are going well. And it was a big task, and from his side, he worked very hard, and the entire team at VIT Vellore worked so hard to making this conference a great success. And I appreciate the effort from the VIT administration to support this event, to popularize and to bring together the galaxy of intellectuals, India and abroad, to meet virtually because of this COVID situation. We do hope that in future we will have a wonderful offline meeting of different conferences at various level. Thank you so much, and I wish you good luck, and I wish that you all will be having a good 3 working virtual meeting, and I'm 100% sure that this is going to be very useful meeting. And the conference proceedings, as others said, it's going to be published by Springer series, one of the Springer series, which has many series. We tried to publish the Springer series with the TCS, but the time was very short to bring the proceedings under the lecture notes on theoretical computer science. But I hope that in the future conference proceedings would be publishable in the lecture notes of theoretical computer science, which is very well known among the lecture notes in computer science. So thank you for one and all, and thank you for your presence, and good to see you for the remaining 3 working days. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Sheila, Associate Dean, School of Advanced Sciences, VIT, to introduce the chief guest. Ma'am, please.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, respected Dean and other dignitaries, delegates and guests from VIT and other reputed institutes in India and abroad, a very good morning to one and all present here. It's a great honor and privilege for me to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Rajat Munna, Director, Indian Institute of Technology, Bhilai. He was also a professor of computer science and engineering at IIT Kanpur and Director General of Center for Development of Advanced Computing. He completed his BTech in electrical engineering from IIT Kanpur. He earned his doctoral degree from the Department of Computer Science and Automation at Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore in 1989, under the supervision of eminent professor Dr. Vaideswaran Rajaraman, known for his pioneering efforts in the field of computer science education in India. Dr. Rajat Munna joined at IIT Kanpur as a faculty member in 1991. Between 1994 and 1995, he was a visiting scientist at the Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA. Later, he was also associated with Mentor Graphics as Senior Engineering Manager and was involved in developing methods of translating software codes of electronic systems into hardware. During his tenure at IIT Kanpur, he was involved in development of smart card operating system for electronic passports. At Center for Development of Advanced Computing, CDAC, he was instrumental in the development of smart card operating system for transport application and the technical improvements behind the electronic toll collection in India and electronic voting machine that uses RFID. He has to his credit several coveted honors and awards, including Wasvik Industrial Research Award in Information and Communication Technology. This award is instituted to recognize and promote excellence in industrial research in the areas of science and technology. He was also conferred with National Award for Best Electoral Practices by Election Commission of India. He has authored several books, developed many PG and UG courses, and has publications on the thrust areas of research in the field of computer science. He has to his credit several patents, sponsored projects, and consultancy projects. I welcome you, sir, and it's a great honor to have you amidst us for this 8th International Conference on Mathematics and Computing, ICMC 2022. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I now invite the eminent computer scientist, Dr. Rajat Munna, Director, IIT Bhilai, the chief guest of today's inaugural function, to address the gathering. So please.
Thank you, ma'am Padmaja, and also Dr. Sheila. Dr. Vishwanathan, Chancellor of VIT, Dr. Pannusamy, Professor of Mathematics in IIT Madras, various other distinguished guests, students, participants, faculty members, deans, vice chancellor, vice presidents of VIT, everybody else who is present here. It's a heartening thing to see that VIT is taking a keen interest in organizing this conference on mathematics and computing, which is a very, very contemporary, relevant topic. And I come from computer science background. I can immediately see how mathematics has benefited computing and vice versa. If you look at the computing, ever since the first transistor was invented in 1946, since then, it is not even 100 years, but computing has taken leap and bound jumps into every walk of life. When we started computerization of our records, somewhere around 80s, suddenly the requirement at that time was somehow get the data which is indexable, which is searchable, and therefore primary focus was converting data from written form to computerized form. In the decades of 90s, 2000, the entire focus was use of this data and use of algorithms to process this data. Now, these 2 decades were basically golden time of developing new programs, new algorithms, and such kind of things. In last 2 decades, things have changed drastically because of our journey till now. A lot of computerization has happened, a lot of data has been collected, and this is what is known as era of processing data, getting intelligence out of that data, and taking decisions out of it. Data science or data-centric computing is basically becoming the front line of computation today. We have already seen a lot of very interesting advances in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and such kind of new tools which are changing the way the world works today. I mean, as simple a thing as getting emails is actually now driven by rule-based systems, expert systems to figure out if there are malware coming out of email or spams coming out of email. And it is said that about 80% of the email that originates is actually a spam, and it goes through various kinds of filters and gets dropped. The kind of algorithms, the kind of data science that has actually given rise to such design of filters is unprecedented. We actually use now Google Maps and various other navigation systems to go through various places, unknown places, and yet without asking anybody, one could navigate to the final destination. All this is possible because of artificial intelligence, which has come in. Mathematics bears a very interesting role in this, in defining how do we actually define intelligence out of data. How do we have tools and statistical methods to gather intelligence out of data and get patterns which actually help the modern world to actually take quick decisions. Friends, we are actually going through a very bad phase of last 2 years where the entire world is facing a pandemic. In order to have this pandemic situation under control, India itself actually did quite a lot of very interesting things. Just imagine, we already have a population of about 135 crore, tracking and tracing 135 crore people and figuring out whether they have gotten their vaccination done or not done and such kind of things. It could not have been possible without computing and without data being controlled and data being analyzed. Another application that was there at some point in time earlier was for track and trace to find out if any COVID-related person has come in contact, and it actually helped in identifying various hotspots or future hotspots of corona spread. All this had been possible because of various data analytics that has been carried out. Mathematics actually provides such mechanisms to carry out data analytics in a manner which is extremely, extremely powerful, in a manner that it can provide patterns out of data. Mostly when people talk of statistics, a common man thinks of maybe an average. Sometimes, they may actually go and start talking of variance. But apart from these two things, I think the knowledge of statistics for a common person ends there. It is this statistics and the advanced form of statistics which gives rise to various new problems to look at. We are now at an era where use of computing, use of internet, and use of communication is going to be enormously pulled up. Even today, as we are talking right now, this virtual organization of conferences has been a very heartening thing. The research community has not stopped. This is a very, very interesting and very, very great message that the research has not stopped. People's business have continued using, even though social distancing was a norm, using social media, using virtual conferences. We have actually moved on and carried out our business as usual. This is in the name, in the purpose, in the cause of furthering science and giving better understanding, giving better knowledge to people. A lot of vaccine production actually happened because of data analytics. It was impossible for data to be analyzed unless there were tools available. And within a year of pandemic onset, vaccines started coming and started reaching. This is unprecedented. It has never happened in the past for any virus whatsoever. In fact, AIDS virus, we don't even have a cure or a vaccine till today. Fortunately, it has not taken the world to that level that was once anticipated or feared. But then many vaccines and many viruses actually don't come because without data science. There has been great amount of emphasis which has happened, and mathematics has given these tools for computation. Today, when we talk of biology, bioinformatics, an area which has primarily a product of computing, mathematics, and biology knowledge, has given rise to various other parameters, various other mechanisms by which drug discovery could be done rapidly, by which petri dish-based approaches are validation approaches rather than usual research approaches. At least that is the way direction is moving. And most research could be done using high-end computing devices and data and simulations on this to figure out whether the drug is going to be meaningful or not. This is a very, very interesting way, interesting era that the world is moving into. And in time to come, we will see lot much more proliferation of technologies, mathematics, science, computing in all walks. Industry 4.0 is a mechanism that is already in place. People are talking of how computing can be incorporated in the manufacturing processes for better and efficient manufacturing. As simple a thing as supply chain management can reduce the sizes of warehouses and therefore can reduce the cost of manufacturing. There have been a lot of other advantages which actually come along with this. The research gets propelled. We actually get many more problems to work upon and see how we can actually move the science to the next generation. As an educational institute, we all look forward to newer forms of research, newer forms of methods, and such kind of things, which modern problems, modern tools are actually giving us a good insight. Without taking much time, I wish the conference on mathematics and computing, which brings two major aspects together, the mathematical aspects and the computational aspects, which simplifies, and they both are actually supplementary to each other. Mathematics proceeds because of computing tools, and computing proceeds because of mathematical techniques. And therefore, this is a very, very interesting joining of two different disciplines together, mathematics and computing. I wish the conference the best success and all the delegates to have a very, very futuristic and productive time in this conference. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Motivation is the art of getting people to do what you want them to do. There is nothing beautiful than someone who goes out of their way to make life beautiful for others. I now request our constant motivator and pillar of support, Dr. G. Vishwanathan, sir, Honorable Chancellor of VIT, to deliver the presidential address. Sir, please.
Good morning and good evening to Dr. Bhavani Madam and others from the various countries. Our chief guest of today for ICMC 2022, Dr. Rajat Muna, Director of the IIT Bhilai. Our guest of honor, Dr. Ponnuswamy from IIT Madras. Our guest today, Dr. Bhavani Dharasingam from University of Texas at Dallas, USA. Dr. Srivastava from IIT Bhilai. Dr. Saxena, former Director of DRDO. Our Dean of School of Advanced Sciences, Dr. Arunai Nambiraj. Associate Dean, Dr. Sheila. The Organizing Chair, Dr. Rishi Kumar. and other professors who are participating in this conference from VIT, other delegates from various countries. I welcome all of you on behalf of the 70,000 students of VIT in 4 campuses. I don't know, some of you may not know that we have 4 campuses. Vellore is the oldest, is 37 years. Other campuses are in Chennai, Amaravati, Andhra Pradesh, and Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. To introduce VIT shortly, I would like to inform you that the recent Shanghai ranking, academic ranking of world universities, they ranked top 1,000 universities in the world, and only 14 from India found a place in that list. You know, in India, we have about 1,000 universities, about 600 government universities, and 400 private universities. Among the 600, they have selected 13. And among the 400 private universities, selected only 1, that was VIT. So we are happy that we are there, but I want all the universities to come up, not only VIT, all the universities should come up in quality so that the benefit will go to the students of our country. I'm happy that VIT, the Department of Mathematics, is organizing this international conference. And with the help of the Ramanujan Mathematical Society, Cryptology Research Society of India, and Society for Electronic Transactions and Security, ICMC-2022 provide a platform for researchers from academia and industry to present their original work and exchange ideas, information techniques, and applications in the fields of mathematics and computing and other emerging areas of research. ICMC-2022 aims at mathematics for better society, with the hope that the mathematics and computing can take an active role in improving the welfare of society. I always feel happy in the midst of mathematicians and professors of mathematics because I never studied mathematics beyond my school. I chose social sciences like economics, history, political science, and law. I always admire those who are doing very well in mathematics. I would like to acknowledge the commitment and hard work of the ICMC-22 organizers from VIT. I appreciate the service that they have rendered to promote the latest research trends in mathematics, statistics, and applications in computing. To be here among the outstanding scholars is an exhilarating experience. I may confess, as I told you, that I'm not good in mathematics, but I would like to be in the company of mathematicians. Mathematics and computer science is becoming an increasingly integral and essential component of growing array of areas investigating in biology, medicine, social sciences, business, advanced design, climate, finance, advanced materials, and many more. This conference takes some initiative for the integration of mathematics, statistics, and computation in the broadest sense, and the interplay of these areas with the areas of potential application. All of these activities are crucial to the economic growth and national competitiveness and national security. The mathematical and computing sciences have an exciting opportunity for the role as a linchpin of 21st century research and technology. The value of mathematical sciences to overall science and engineering community and the nation would be heightened if the number of mathematicians and computer scientists who share the characteristics such as knowledge across broad range of discipline beyond their area of expertise, communicate well with researchers in other disciplines, understand the role of mathematical sciences in the wider world of science, engineering, medicine, defense, and business, have some experience with computation. As stated in recent interview of mathematical sciences enterprise in the United Kingdom, major contributions to the health and prosperity of society arise from insights, results, and algorithms created by the entire suite of mathematical and computing sciences, ranging across the pursuit of pure theory inspired by applications, hands-on applications, statistics of every form, and the blend of theory and practice embodied in operational research. Many people associate themselves with topics such as arithmetic, geometry, trigonometry, algebra, and calculus, when in fact it's more far-reaching than that. It compasses the whole philosophy of dealing not just with numbers, but with the logic and the validity of logical proposition. India has recognized the importance of science as a vehicle for human progress. Mathematics, the language of science and its advancement, is an integral part of India's science policy. Mathematics has a big role in the development of computer science and information technology. There are myriad applications of mathematics and computing and technology that is reaching higher and higher levels of sophistication. For example, you cannot imagine any aircraft, robotic device, or other future technology being produced without a degree of mathematical and computing precision. In recent years, the influence of mathematics and computer science in the fields have also grown enormously. Economic and social sciences, once the imperious to mathematics, are coming increasingly under the influence of mathematics and computing. The need for understanding mathematics and computing is necessary in all walks of life, whether engineers or scientists, or those working in the world of industry, finance, or social sciences. VIT also recognizes the deep cultural implication of studying new emerging areas like artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, blockchain, data science, etc. Poverty is a matter of concern and should be eliminated. For that, there needs to be a great effort on the welfare of the society, namely by combining the ability to think logically, thoroughly, and the mastery of mathematics. This can be done by enhancing the application of basic and applied research results in the field of mathematics and computing. In line with this, it is necessary to work hard and smart in improving the quality and quantity of research in the field of mathematical modeling, operation research, biomathematics, actuarial statistics, finance, which focuses on these issues in local, national, or international scope, either as scientific development or to contribute for problem solving in social life. ICMC 2022 is the right moment to convey the idea to improve the welfare of society based on mathematics and computing. Therefore, in this conference, we hope there are efforts to implement the research results of mathematics, statistics, computing, and actuarial science in realizing a society that can meet all needs, whether it is basic need, psychological, social, or development needs that can provide tangible and sustainable contribution for the community. I noticed from the organizers that the renowned professors from 32 countries are part of this conference, and there are 14 eminent speakers from India and abroad, including USA, Australia, Italy, UK, Switzerland, Sweden, Romania, and Hungary, will deliver the keynote speech at the conference. ICMC 2022 has a profound response among the researchers and received more than 300 manuscripts from 21 countries. Among these, around 142 papers have been shortlisted for oral presentation, and 82 papers have been accepted for publication. I appreciate all those who have extended support towards this organizing this conference. Particularly, I acknowledge the support received by all general chairs, general co-chairs, in particular the support of program co-chairs Dr. Bhavani Durasingam, the University of Texas at Dallas, Professor Punusami from IIT Madras, Professor Debashish Giri from Maulana Azad Kalam University Technology, West Bengal, India, and the organizing team led by Dr. Rishi Kumar and his team from VIT in this conference. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the delegates who are participating in this. And I hope I will find time to savor the rich culture heritage of VIT. The organizers have planned a virtual tour of VIT that we could give you a glimpse of VIT rich cultural heritage. In conclusion, I wish all of you to be a fruitful meeting professionally. It's a great opportunity for mathematics and computer science community to interact. I wish the ICMC 2022 a great success and hopefully produce many brilliant ideas for the prosperity of the society. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your vibrant words. Gratitude makes a sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. I now invite Dr. B. Rishi Kumar, Organizing Chair, ICMC 2022, to deliver the vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Thank you. Good morning to all. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on this ICMC 2022 inaugural function. I would like to thank all the delegates of ICMC 2022 for their presence. I am also very much thankful to all the technical program committee members, program chairs, session chairs, and invited speakers. Words are not enough to thank their constant guidance and support to shape the conference. We have been fortunate to have some of the eminent speakers from academia, industry, and working in the areas of mathematics and computing. I am sure that the participants will benefit by attending this conference. I, on behalf of the organizing committee, convey my deep regards and hearty thanks to our Honorable Chancellor, living legend, Professor G. Vishwanathan, for gracing this conference with the presidential address. I sincerely thank our chief guest, eminent computer scientist, Professor Rajat Muna, Director, IIT Billai, kindly accepting our invitation and gracing the inaugural function with the inaugural address. Today, my words are not enough to express my gratitude to the guest of honor, Professor S. Ponusamy, Chair Professor, IIT Madras, for gracing this occasion despite his busy schedule, without which hosting this conference is not possible. We are very much thankful to all the core group members of VIT and all the vice presidents. Without their support, it would not have been possible to organize this conference. We are also thankful to the Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, and Registrar. They helped us in obtaining the necessary administrative approvals to host ICMC 2022 at VIT. They supported in all possible manner to organize this conference. My special thanks to Professor Bhavani Thuraisingam, Professor, the University of Texas at Dallas, USA, and Program Co-Chair of ICMC 2022, for her gracious presence and all the support. At this juncture, I would also like to thank Professor P.K. Saxena, former SAC DRDO, New Delhi, and General Chair of ICMC 2022 for various help were received towards this organizing this conference. I want to express my gratitude to Professor P.D. Srivatsava, Head, Department of Mathematics, IIT Billai, and General Chair of ICMC 2022 for his help and support throughout the conference. Today, my words are not enough to express my gratitude to all keynote speakers from various parts of the world and session chairs who are eminent in the research and who accepted our invitation. I would like to thank our beloved Dean, School of Advanced Sciences, Professor Arunai Nambiraj, for his constant help and guidance that radiated a source of energy within us. We will ever remain grateful to you, sir, and we thank you for being with us today. I am very much thankful to Associate Dean, School of Advanced Sciences, Professor Sheila, and the Head of the Department, Professor Karthikeyan, who always supports and encourages us. I feel proud and thank you for making this event a successful one. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels starting rolling months in advance, we had been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated faculty members, and support of our TRAs. I cannot thank everyone enough for the involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of the tasks beyond their comfort zones. I'm also very much thankful for all the general chairs, general co-chairs, and program co-chairs, in particular, Professor Swadesh Kumar Sahu and Professor Sanjeev Singh from IIT Indore. It would have been impossible to organize without their support. I would also like to thank our research scholars and Center for Technical Service, CTS team at VIT. Without you, this event was not possible. Thank you very much again. In the end, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all organizing committee members, in particular, Professor Devashish Giri and Professor Ponuswamy, who joined hands to organize this dream conference, whose seed is embedded in a simple suggestion to host this conference at VIT. Thanks to all of you for making this event successful. We have many more invited talks and keynote talks and presentation sessions for these 3 days. So all of you, please, I am confident that this conference will be fruitful and useful for all the research scholars and faculty members who are working in this different areas of mathematics, applied mathematics, statistics, and computer science. Thank you all for joining this inaugural session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I thank everyone for joining this inaugural function. There are interesting keynote sessions by eminent professors and many paper presentation sessions organized for these 3 days of the conference. I invite all the participants to attend all the sessions of this conference. Our next session, Keynote Talk 1 by Professor Albert Zomaya, University of Sydney, Australia, will begin by 11 a.m. Thank you.
So thank you all. In particular, thanks to our Honorable Chancellor, sir, and
Thank you.
Chief Guest, Professor Rajat Muna, and Guest of Honor, Professor Ponuswamy, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to everyone.
So
Thank
I'll
you very
join
much
some
for-
in between some lectures. I'll be having the meeting now at 11 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for your all the support, sir.
I'll join you.
Thanks to our Dean and
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
The participant, please join by 11 a.m.
I have a quick question. Am I introducing Professor Somaya? I'm doing it tomorrow, right?
Yes, madam. Tomorrow morning by 9 a.m., madam.
Tomorrow, Indian time, 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Yes, madam.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
Hey, thank you
for
all.
your valuable presence. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
All the participants are requested to stay on. The next session will start positively by 11 a.m.
Hello, sir.
Sir.
Sir. Hello, sir.
Please, who is talking? Sir Albert Zomaya, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome. This is Dr. Rishi Kumar.
Thanks, Rishi. How are you?
Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Thanks for joining, and we are looking forward to start the session exactly by 11.
That's fine.
Just a few minutes, sir.
Take your time. Okay.
Thank you very much, Professor Rishi Kumar.
Thank you for joining, sir, from New Zealand. I'm very much thankful to you.
Thank you very much.
How are you, sir? Fine, sir.